Hey everybody, hey, Carlotta Berry here, hopping on guys, and I want to share something with you all. I'm actually quite excited about it. I know you have never seen me in these glasses before, right? Of course you haven't, because it is my first time wearing them. Well, let me just go ahead and say that there's no prescription in them. There's no prescription in them at all, so, it's not giving me the aid that I need so that I can see properly. I wear a progressive lens. I have astigmatism in my eye. My glasses, I need to have the tint, all the things. So generally, the glasses that I wear day to day, the prescription is pretty expensive and the frames are pretty expensive. So what you will generally see is me wearing the same frames every single day. Well, I have to tell you guys, I love glasses. I love frames. I love all types of shapes and sizes and colors and all of that. And so I was just recently, as many of you all know, I attended my sister's Camp Woman of God's conference this past weekend, and we had several vendors there. Well, this particular vendor, excuse me, I can't hardly talk. I'm so excited. She has all these beautiful eyewear. And so I wanted to support her. And so I went and I played around with the frames, guys, and I tried these glasses on, aren't they cute? And I was like, man, these are so cute, and they're very inexpensive, right? Very inexpensive. I'm talking about these particular ones, under $50. So I went ahead and got this pair, believing that, I wouldn't be wearing these glasses anytime soon, because I knew that it was, or I thought it was going to cost me a lot of money to put the prescription that I normally wear in my glasses in these. And so I just bought the frames, and I said, you know what? Sometime, maybe next year, I'll get a prescription, Well, let me tell you something. These glasses right here, you guys have seen me in these glasses many a times. There's a stress fracture right there. Well, I have a warranty on the lens, and so I called into the ophthalmologist, or the ophthalmology office, and I talked to them about that, and I said, I need to get my glasses fixed. And so in the midst of talking about these glasses, and they went ahead and ordered a new lenses for me so that they could correct this, I went ahead and asked a question. And I asked a question about these glasses, and I'm like, I have these glasses, they're very inexpensive, and I was wondering, how can I get a prescription in these glasses? And I'm just bracing myself, because I'm believing that she's going to tell me that, after she looked at my file and saw my prescription, and she was going to just give me a rundown on the cost, of how much it would take to get my prescription in these glasses. Well, guys, because I asked a question, she was like, you know what? We've got this new company that we're doing business with, and we can put your prescription in these frames at very little cost. Now, she did explain that, some people, as you know, like to wear glasses and like to wear different types of glasses. So maybe they don't put the progressive lens, which is the bifocal prescription, in the glasses. But if you're wearing them for fashion, you want to see great distances, and you're not really wearing them to read, then she could go ahead and hook me up. And guys, she gave me a dollar amount, and I'm like, are you kidding me? So as it turns out, in less than a month, I can have these glasses on. And I can have these glasses on and be able to see well, while I'm driving and I'm walking around and all that stuff. And then when I want to read, I can wear these glasses. So guys, I got really excited, because that means that I can switch up my glasses. I can even reach back out to the vendor, and I can get a couple of more pairs of frames. And so I'm just excited about that. And the lesson I want to share with you all is, let's think outside of the box. Go ahead and ask the questions that you want to ask. Don't limit yourself, and don't tell yourself no before you have even done your homework. This is a lesson for me, because I have been one that has been very conservative sometimes, and I can kind of play safe, and I have missed out on some blessings because I just said, I don't see how I can make that work out, or it's not in my budget, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes I will cause myself to miss out before I've even tried, before I've even asked the question. And what I'm finding out, not just in this situation, but in other situations in the last couple of months, where I have actually had some things come into my life because I went ahead and asked the question, because I said that I am good enough and I am worthy to have what it is that I want. And as it turns out, it was not that difficult for it to happen. And so I don't know if the world is just opening up to me more, to the possibilities, to the desires of my heart. But what I do believe is that God is seeing that I'm moving in faith, and God wants to give us the desires of our heart. It doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. It doesn't have to be life altering or, something so magnificent. It could just be something really small. But because God knows our hearts, He knows what makes us smile. He's just like your earthly father, your earthly mother, or whoever it is that wants to make you smile. They want to give you those things, but you need to believe that it can be yours. And so I'm just using this example because, guys, I look at other people, who wear all the different frames, and I'm like, wow, that's got to be pretty expensive to switch up on glasses like that. And here I find out that I too can wear all types of different frames and doesn't cost me much at all. Let me just go ahead and give you all a secret. Come here. Come here. These frames, these particular frames, $20. And then when I called the ophthalmologist and spoke to the person that handles the different frames and all of that and puts the prescription in your glasses, and when she told me what she told me, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. So when I tell you I'm so excited, and when I tell you you will start to see me in different type of eyewear, just know that it's not because I am spending an astronomical amount of money. It's because my Father in heaven is like, I'm giving you the hookup. And because you went ahead and asked in faith, I'm going to go ahead and give you the desires of your heart. So guys, go ahead and take this story here that I'm sharing and apply it in every area in your life. If you want to travel more, go ahead and start researching and checking out the prices, and just know that there are opportunities where you can travel much less than you think. If you're wanting to take some type of class, you can do that as well. And it may not cost as much as you want. If you're wanting to go back to school and get a degree, it may very well work for you, where your job may have some type of, aside from tuition reimbursement, they may have some opportunities where you can go to school for free, some grants, whatever. You're ready to quit your job, you're ready to leave, and you're trying to figure out how to make extra income. There are all types of opportunities out there. We just have to ask the questions. Do you know sometimes we stop ourselves before we even try because we are afraid, we are scared, we don't want to ask those questions, and we just go ahead and shrink, and we just have limited thinking. So let's stop having limited thinking. Let's stop having a scarcity mindset. Go ahead and say, I'm worth it. I want it. It's the desire of my heart. God is going to see your faith in action, and He's going to make it work for you. I promise you He will. And I promise you that you're going to start seeing me in some different glasses. What do you think about these? I think they are pretty darn cute. Alrighty, guys, I thank you so much for listening. Always know that God is real. He loves you. He's rooting on each and every last one of us to win. And I want you to continue to move in faith. Alrighty, I'll see you later. Have peace. Bye. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.